Champions League or European football at least next season. They need to be picking up points. No one is showing any consistency at the moment, and that is a big concern to quite a few big names in and around the top placings in the French Ligue. They're running into a Paris side who have come up from Ligue 2 last season. And, have really settled in well. They've had a few wobbles, yes, they have been in and around the relegation equation for some of the season. They've pulled clear for a mid-table finish, and it's a foundation on which they can build under the experienced tutelage of Antoine Comboiré. And their neighbours, Paris Saint-Germain, are on the verge of being crowned champions. Lons are hanging on in there despite dropping points at the weekend. Paris currently 11th in the table. And in terms of relegation, that is a distant fear. 13 points there, all but mathematically safe. It's going to be very tough for Lille this afternoon. They're currently 4th on the periphery, ahead of Rennes and Marseille, who play today as well, so a chance for these two sides to improve on what they've got. So we're ready to kick off. It's the all-white against the orange and black. As we prepare to get underway, just waiting for the referee. Let me run through the two teams for you. And, well, it's first of all, let's just start by saying it is very confusing today because neither side are wearing their usual colours. It's the amber and black, the orange shirts and black shorts of Paris. They're in their change kit today, and as a consequence, it's Lille that usually wear red and black, very close to that, that are in all white. So that's the first thing to bring you in terms of news. So, nice easy start to the game for us to just get our heads around the colour change that we weren't expecting. But let's quickly gone through your two teams with the ball out of play on this near side. So it's Trapp in goal. Sangui is the left full-back, Adama Kamara the right full-back, Mustafa Mbao and Diogo Cupola in the midfield. It's Moses, Lopez, Leimalu, Munetsi and Zonatan, Ikone, and then leading the line, Ciro Immobile, an Italian veteran striker for Lille. Burke Urza in goal, Munier and Guy, Mandi and Peru at the back, Correa, Mukau, Andre and Haraldson in midfield, Pardo and Boadi in attack. So it's a chance here for both sides, as I said before, to climb the table. Smith Parry at the moment bringing the ball out from the back. In fact, giving it long and handed it straight back to the visitors. They've had slightly more of the ball in the opening stages. Haraldson playing in that number 10 role, but the ball just eludes him from the pass from Benjamin Andre. That's a good interception by Esamandi. Read the situation really well. Sliver of sunshine across 3/4 of the pitch. Is that sliver of shade, I should say, on the far side. It's sent out wide by Buwadi. So they're going to go with 4-5-1 here on Losk. Buwadi will sit in behind. It's a really good player, Buwadi, by the way. Now central midfielder. Attacker with Mukau and Andre just in behind. He's playing on the left-hand side at the moment. In fact, he's on the ball, Buwadi. Trying to make things happen. Goes all the way back to Romain Bourou. Rolls it carefully forward. It's a turn from Correa. Trying to build up Lille on the edge of the penalty area. Big game for them. They can really push their status in the race for Champions League football. They're currently in the playoff place for Champions League football, so they'll have to work their way through at least one qualifying two-legged tie to get to that all-important league stage. It won't be easy. 6 clean sheets in the last 10 games, Losk. Best defence across the last 10 games in the French Ligue 1, so they are going to be a tough nut to crack down. But Paris have been scoring quite a few goals. Mathieu Venice, by the way, is today's referee. So the visitors come forward. It's a low drive towards goal from distance and an easy save, really. It was Hakon Anna Araldsen with the shot. And very, very comfortably fielded by Kevin Trapp. So still 0-0 if you are just joining us. Just coming up to 5 minutes gone here at the Stade Charléty. Chance for the home side now to have a feel for getting forward somewhat. So it's wide to the right now, and Kone. In comes the ball, and Immobile on the turn, hooks it over his shoulder and over the crossbar. Threat there. Straight over the crossbar. And the goal kick, which will be taken by Berke Ertzer. Bright orange shirts and black shorts of Paris. It's their away kit. They have done this a couple of times this season where they've opted to wear their orange rather than their dark blue. They literally, this stadium is next door to the Parc des Princes, home of Paris Saint-Germain. They wear the same colours as Paris Saint-Germain, dark blue. And I'm feeling sometimes they like to change just for their own identity. Two wide men in Ikone and Simon. There's Simon. And it is Simon. It's tracking back to put that one behind for a corner. Off of the cross from Esamandi. So going across to take it is Buwadi. A fairly solid start to this game. Of the visitors. They get their corner in, but it's not a particularly good corner, I have to say, from that far side. Headed away by the Paris defence over to the far side and out of play. It will be a throw to Losk, taken by Haraldsen, who wasted that corner somewhat. Worked along the back line. It's everyone behind the ball, trying to make it difficult for Lille. Lille in good form. kept a clean sheet in each of their last 3 matches, scoring 7. Although they didn't score last week, they found Nice too hard to crack down in a scintillating 0-0 draw at home. On the bench for these two sides today, amongst others, Paris. FC welcome back Ian Cabal from injury. Alamani Gori is there, well as William Goebbels, Aridibe Tondo, Koleosho is on the bench as well, the Italian, the former Burnley player, as well as Samir Shergui, the Algerian, who's played over 100 times for the club. So they've got some firepower and experience on the bench, as of Lille, Alexandre, Ethan Mbappe, Olivier Giroud, of course, Sarawi, Boda, and Bemba, Santos, Verdonk, and Perrin, Gaten Perrin, signed from Lyon, former Auxerre player. It's 0-0, and much of the possession has been so far with Losk. So Ralston in that number 10 role. We've got Mukau on the right-hand side. And he's offering the width over there. He's not a natural winger. He's fallen over the ball, and it's allowed the challenge to come in from Sangui. Still 0-0, just feeling their way into the game really. Lille all down the middle towards Fernandez Pardew, and he has been clipped. What's the referee given here? I think he's given the free kick for the foul by Kerwin. Mustafa Mbao, who has Kerwin on his back, and he gets a yellow card for that as well. Does Mbao, first yellow card of the game for the number 5. Yeah, it was a bad challenge. It was a great slip ball through. He takes it on Fernandez Pardew. He's clipped. It was a good ball, good pass from Mandy, who's got good vision from the back. There's Mandy, Algerian international, former Villarreal and Real Betis player. Fernandez Pardew felt the full force of that challenge from Mbao. This is going to be, in a moment, a free kick in a very dangerous position. Paddy have some lining up to do with this wall. Well, looking at the available options to them, Fernandez Pardew, if he recovers sufficiently and quickly enough, could take this free kick. Roman Peru can strike a ball. You fancy Hakan Anna Araudsson, maybe Thomas Meunier. So options. Let's see who wins the race to take it. Let's see if they can punish their hosts here. Losk takes a swig of drink. He said a swig of beer there. It feels like beer weather, doesn't it, with this beautiful sunshine here in Paris. It's a very warm afternoon. You can tell the end of the season is nigh. Paris are currently chasing, their aim is a top 10 finish. They've got a game in hand in 10th place, Toulouse. If they can win today, they could go up to 9th ahead of Lorient. They've got a game in hand at Toulouse and Lorient. They could go up to 9th today. It's too late to mount a serious chase towards the European places. The travelling Lille fans might have something to celebrate here. Hakan Arna Araudsson looks as if he is preparing to whip this over the wall. It's in the D, towards the left-hand side of the D, on the edge of the PFC penalty area. It's not the only one there, though. A couple of others moving away. It's Fernandez Pardo or Haraldson. Fernandez Pardo went for power and he got it over the wall all right, but it was rising and such was the power. It wasn't going to come down anytime soon and it flew over the top of Kevin Trapp's crossbar. The German goalkeeper wasn't forced into action. Went some way over. So 13.5 minutes gone. It's a goal kick. She's probably headed straight back again from Mukau. Goes Peru. Wins the first one. There's a foul from behind, which flattened Boadi, but no free kick was given. Opening 14 minutes, about 75% loss of this possession. Nice Mandy, who's seen a lot of the ball, and he's a really good distributor of the ball. Hit the feet of Fernandez Pardo, who tried to lay it off for Ralston, but it's been picked off by Pardy, who have seldom attacked so far. Munetsi over to that left-hand side. Moses Simon, the Nigerian international, got two to take on, tries to slip the ball into the box and succeeds in winning a corner. Flipped into the box and will be a corner. Got the big men up, plenty of them. They're a big side, Parry. Let's turn back inside, and that's going to be a corner. Yeah, Limalu tried to turn it back, it hit Boadi, went straight behind. Another Palace corner. Pretty much all of that penalty area away to our left-hand side. It's being attacked by Parry in the first half. Is shaded. Here it comes. It's a header towards goal, and the goalkeeper just about got there. Berke Ertzer got there ahead of the rampaging Mustafa and Val. Was able to deal with it. So still we're looking at a goalless canvas. Paddy for the first time there showing some exertion in the final third, but a couple of corners. Thomas Mounier all the way back to his goalkeeper, Berke Ertzer. It's back to Ngoy, who goes out to the right-hand side now. Thomas Mounier slips it forward. Haraldson nips in and takes it off of Sangwe, but he's got back up there from Mbao, who gets it away. So been solid at the back so far from both these sides. The chances have been at a premium, really. Neither side has made anything significant in front of goal. A bit of a shirt pull on Adama Kamara down below us. Adama Kamara, the academy graduate. He's a French under-21 international. He's been with the side for a long, long time. Ngoy to his goalkeeper, the Belgian. Plenty of time for Berke Ertzer, the Turkish goalkeeper, to roll the ball out. Haraldson comes deep and it fires it into Thomas Mounier. He does like to get forward. He's a goal-scoring fullback, but carefully watched by Adama Kamara, and he cushions the header straight back to his goalkeeper, the German Kevin Trapp. 17, nearly 18 minutes gone. Not a goal as yet in this game. Still plenty of time for that to change. In towards Immobile. Cleared away by Benjamin Andre. They dispense with their manager who brought them up. Antoine Kombouaré's come in, very experienced manager. Kombouaré, 62 years of age, and he's done well since he's come in. He's got them playing really good stuff. He's made the journey into the box, but met by Issa Mandi, who shows that as well as good vision, he's also got the ability to win a tackle or two. Elsewhere today, a couple of games that have already kicked off. Le Havre still not safe at the bottom. They're taking on all but relegated Metz. Score there after 19 minutes is 2-1 to Le Havre. So plenty of goals in that game. Here it's still 0-0. 19 minutes gone. Pierre Liz Malou is remonstrating with referee Mathieu Vonis for a challenge on Miriam. Which is Issa Mandi. So those goals in the game at the Stade Océan. Amata and Ketchner scoring for Le Havre, and Klivataya the score sheet on the score sheet for Metz. And it's 0-0. Good play by Bouadi. Sidesteps a couple of challenges, slips it nicely out wide. This is Felix Correa. Correa down the line. Quick ball in from Peru, turned away by Sangui. It's held up well by Immobile. Elsewhere, Rennes are leading Nantes by a goal to nil. Esteban Lepau, who else with the penalty? Been on fire this season, hasn't he? And, as a consequence there, the bottom two are already losing. And they've got 34 games, so there's 9 points up for grabs after today. It would mean that, well, Metz are already relegated. I mean that Nantes would need to win all 3 of their remaining matches and Nice lose all 4 of their remaining matches for Nantes to stay up. So it looks like Metz and Nantes, it's not looking good for Auxerre at the moment. They're 4 points adrift and Nice have got a game in hand. So it's looking like Auxerre are going to be the 3rd team relegated, although they have really given it a good fight down at the bottom. Auxerre, unlike Nantes and Metz, who have gone down without a whimper. Paris have pulled away just 3 or 4 weeks ago. They were part of the equation, but they've gone and got a couple of very good wins in the recent past. Hit some form. Paris unbeaten in 8 in Ligue 1 since a 5-0 loss here against Lens on Valentine's Day. There's no love lost that day, but it served as a lesson for Paris, and they've learnt off of it very well. Nearly 22 minutes gone. Not much happening at the moment. Plenty of possession from Lille. Into the midfield again, and Andre. Benjamin Andre gets it wide. This is Meunier. Out wide of him is Mukau, and here goes Mukau, but he's not going to catch that as the ball sifts out towards the corner flag. There's pass out wide from Thomas Meunier. Still we'll see it. So nil, Losk nil. It's Paris who have a throw in just inside their own half. just to something I wasn't actually made aware of today, but the players have got charities of their shirt names today. Sustainable charity initiatives for today's fixtures in Ligue 1. Partners and organisations are allowed to replace or augment players' names on the shirts, which is why I'm a little confused when I see the monitor next to me here and look down and see players close up with completely the wrong names. So it's charity names on the back of shirts today, and that is why I said Mukau got a yellow card and he had the name, a completely different name on his shirt. Now here it's Munier. Gets the ball into the penalty area, it slips through the legs, it comes to Bouadi, and then looked like a foul, to be perfectly honest with you, on Mukau. He goes down, nothing given. 2 shots from Paris, 3 shots from Lille, still 0-0. Not too many big chances in this game. Here's Correa down the left-hand side. Feeds it forwards, that's going to be a penalty. That is absolute stonewall penalty. No arguments whatsoever from Paris. As he goes into the box, Romain Perrault, he is completely and utterly wiped off his feet by the defender, and the referee has the easiest decision he will ever have to make in terms of giving a penalty, because he's gone down the line and the defender's come across and just completely wiped him out, and that's a penalty if ever you've seen one. Well, that won't need a VAR check. It was very hefty challenge by Adama Kamara. One of the players there, 42, Diego Coppola, has got his charity on the back. It's so very confusing. And I get all these initiatives and everything for charity, but it's really handy to know the name of the player. That's the whole idea of having the player's name on the back. I kind of get it, but let's think of another initiative maybe, eh? How about put the player's name on there and a charity? And there's an idea. Well, looks like Matthias Fernandez Pardo is going to be the player to take this penalty. He has been in exhilarating form of late. An in-form player sticks the ball on the spot. His run-up is minimalistic. It's fairly central. He's going to take a straight run-up and pops it into the opposite corner to where the goalkeeper went. And it's 1-0 to Lille here. 26 minutes gone, and Matthias Fernandez Pardo with his 4th goal in 7 matches, having scored 4 in the previous 24. He's on fire at the moment. He's filling in as the number 9. And my goodness me, he's keeping the likes of Perrin, keeping the likes of Olivier Giroud and Mbappe on the bench, and finishing like that, albeit a penalty. Little wonder. Very carefully just prodded it past the goalkeeper. 1-0. Matthias Fernandez Pardo with the goal. Oh, it was simple really, wasn't it? Penalty. And the travelling Lille fans who have had the hour-long train ride, many of them, or coach ride down into Paris, fairly short journey, and they've been feasted to a dominant performance so far from their team, and they've got just desserts as well, because they lead here. Just under half an hour of this game played, and Nantes losing, they'll be as good as down. Metz losing, they're already down. While winning, they will be as good as safe. With that win, it puts them 8 points ahead of Auxerre with 3 to play. It means that Le Havre need just one more win to mathematically cement their place in Ligue 1 for next season. However, they wouldn't even need that if Auxerre were to lose their next match. It's a big ask for Auxerre, isn't it? They've basically got to win all 3 of their remaining fixtures to stay up. Paris, for a while, were looking like they might be in trouble. This incredible run that they've gone on of 8 matches, and it's under threat at the moment. Let's see them climbing to mid-table. They're looking at top 10. Auxerre hosting Angers, then Nice, and then going to Lille on the final day. You fancied they could get 2 wins against Angers and Nice at home. Auxerre, maybe a little too late going to the team that we're watching at the moment. Lille are in great form themselves and will probably need something from that final day to squeeze into the Champions League or to the European competitions next season. So goals in all the games taking place in French Ligue 1 at the moment. And here come Paris looking for one of their own. Wide on the near side, Moses Simon. The ball played into the penalty area, trying to seek out Menetzi, but cleared away solidly by Ngoy. I'll say against Nice is the late fixture today. It's finished Lorient 2, Strasbourg 3. My goodness, Strasbourg are blowing hot and cold at the moment. I saw them against Mainz the other week. Mainz 3-0 up yesterday against Bayern Munich, lost 4-3 in the Bundesliga. They absolutely drilled a hole in Mainz with a fabulous performance. But they've since lost at home heavily to Rennes and then crashed out of the Coupe de France without a whimper against struggling Nice, which was a surprise. I thought the Strasbourg final against Lens was looking inevitable, and that would have been a good final. Mind you, Lens-Nice is going to be good. Nice would just be hoping that they can see the job over the line in the domestic action and cement their safety as an offside flag goes up on this near side against Zona 10 Ikone, former Fiorentina player who did actually have a spell with LOSC. Zonatan Ikone to be keen to impress today against his former club, but he was flagged offside there. They win 3-2 today, Strasbourg away at Lorient. Winning goal coming from Bamadeli, the Englishman. Here come Lille again. Ball into the box. It was just too high for Felix Couraille. It's a great little chip in from Mukau. No, it was too high. I don't even think Olivier Giroud would have got that one. So Paris can bring the ball out from the back. 31.5 minutes almost played. Into the midfield with Pierre Lemelou. And out to the left. And Sangui. It's a long ball into the channel. Giro Immobile needs some support. Well, he doesn't now because the defender with him is fallen over, but he's adjudged to have fouled the defender, and I don't think he's very happy about it. How can he foul a defender like that? I don't know how it... Was it a push? Oh, he's hit him in the face. He's stuck his hand out and it's hit the defender straight in the face, Ngoy, and he so goes down, and that's why the free kick was given. But just having a look at that header, might have done Olivier Giroud a disservice there. The ball into Felix Couraille, who's not known for his heading ability. I think Olivier Giroud might well have gobbled that one up, actually. Paris 0, LOSC 1. So if you're just joining us, the only goal of the game has come courtesy of Mateus Fernandez-Pardo. Another goal for him. He's in exhilarating form at the moment, and he netted from the penalty spot with extreme confidence to give his side the 1-0 lead in the early chapters of this game. There will be no 0-0 draws unless Marseille and Nice conjure that up later on in the South of France derby at the Velodrome. Moses Simon drills one across the face of the 18-yard box. It's towed away by Correa. Top of the back by Paris and Mbao. Then wide to this near side from Kamara. And off goes Ikone against his old club. That's a nice ball inside. Lise Malou tried to flick it inside to Menezzi. It just brushed beyond Menezzi and straight through for a goal kick. But that was good endeavour by the home side. This result would push LOSC up into 4th. Ahead of Rennes. So we keep them in 4th, I beg your pardon, we keep them in 4th ahead of Rennes. Rennes are currently leading against Nantes, which is no great surprise. 34 gone, 11 to go in the first half, and Paris have been shut out pretty much here, and I have to say, you can see why. Over the last 10 games, no one has had a better defensive record than Lille. They've kept a clean sheet in each of their last 3. 6 clean sheets in 10, scoring 7 in the last 3, but only 0-0 last week against Nice, which was 2 points dropped in their push for the top 3 ideally, but top 4 would give them a playoff wild card for the Champions League. Lise Malou has been spoken to by the referee. He's been fouled. He takes the free kick, gets it wide. This is Ikone trying to find Immobile. Brushes beyond his foot and out for a goal kick. Glance at the watch. We're into the last 10 minutes. It's a lovely little stadium this here Paris have got. The Stade Charletti, somewhat overshadowed by the vast and expansive Paris Saint-Germain stadium next door. And it literally is over the road. Literally go out of the stadium, cross the road and go into the next stadium. There's no distance. It's akin to Dens Park and Tannadice in Scotland. Literally corner to corner. I think there's one in Buenos Aires, isn't there? I think it's Independiente and it is. I do know my South American football, I should know, but one of the grounds there. That was a poor, hefty touch by the Lille goalkeeper Burkert, so he took it a little bit too far away from his body, and Immobile sprung in, but only succeeded in hit behind, but he tried to get there. He was lucky to get away with that, to be honest with you, Burkert. Long punt down the line. That one successfully in the air by Mustafa Mbao, who's on a yellow card out there at the moment. Wide by Haraldsson, now the chance to get forward. Felix Correa out of position. Here's Peru after the ball was misplaced. It hits the referee. Referee has to blow the whistle and restart with a drop ball protocol. Restart again with Benjamin Andre. He's got Camille on his shirt. It's his charities that the name and rights of players today. Long ball over the top from one goalkeeper straight through to the next. Burkert to Kevin Trapp. 94 passes completed by Paris, 184, exactly double from LOSC. Feels like that type of game, and they've got a chance to get it out wide to Ikone, and Ikone can take on Peru, dribbles inside, gives it straight to lost player in Heraldson, who punts it over the top, but it's nowhere near to Fernandez Polo. And coming out of his penalty area to pick it up is Kevin Trapp, not with his hands though, with his feet. And Bout gets it out wide to, this is Simon on the left-hand side. Back again to Mbao. We'll go back to his goalkeeper, Kevin Trapp. Again, he's outside his penalty area, shifts it onto his right foot. And in all green today, he pumps a long ball forward, which Peru can head immediately forward himself. Coppola. Long ball into the opposition half. Samandi gets it clear. Nguy now going on the run down the right-hand side. Mukau inside to Andre. Andre back to Mukau again. Mukau full of beans. Very talented player is Mukau. 21-year-old Congolese. A trick or two. Here come Parry. Held up by Immobile. Slimalu. Long raking ball out to the right-hand side, but that's an enormous ask of Jonathan Ikone. That's up. There's the ball. Promptly out to Nathan Nguy, who returns it back to his goalkeeper. He's in a very vivid yellow today, a bright yellow that, turn the lights on, it will be the one man you'd still see. That's how bright it is. Here's Meunier. Meunier plays a careful ball inside. Heraldson almost finding the pass for Bouadi. And they do have the sensational Ian Cabal, who's missed the last few games. Kind of coincides with one of their best runs of the season, Parry, that their best player, Cabal, has missed it. He has been a sensation this season as Cabal with his 9 goals. He's looking to get into double figures. I've no doubt we will see him at some point. He's a lively character. It's widely thought that he might be in for a big move this summer. Ian Cabal, very, very good young player. But here come Parry looking for an equaliser. Talking of equalisers, Nantes, struggling Nantes, who need something today away at Rennes, have equalised at Loazon Park against Rennes, who are chasing Champions League football. So that's a good goal for Lille, that one. Rennes 1, Nantes 1. An equaliser for Nantes. A corner here for Parry, who themselves are on the hunt for an equaliser, and it comes. It's headed away rather easily by Samandi. Equaliser coming from Ganago. For Nantes, that is the Canary equalising in the derby. They don't want to be losing the derby today and going down, and they can't be relegated officially today, but it puts them on the cusp. Immobile is the intended recipient of the long drive forward from Kevin Trapp, but it's easily dealt with by this informed Lille defence. Bouadi can ghost into the Paddy half and gives it out wide to Mukau, who's got his dancing shoes on today down that right-hand side, cuts inside. It's a nice ball into the box, stepping forward to clear it was Mbao. It's with Heraldson again. Heraldson, the Icelandic international from the Copenhagen player. Cross will come in from the right-hand side from Andre. Cleared away though, only as far as Felix Correa. Forward by Nguy. This is Andre again to Heraldson. Bouadi. Nguy. It's going to be helped wide to Mukau by Andre. Fernandez Pardu's penalty on 27 minutes, the difference between these two sides. New goals in French Ligue 1 so far this afternoon. This one has only had a penalty to its name. Lille have looked every inch the better side, and they get it out wide to Correa from Bouadi. Now further wide to the experienced Peru. Bouadi again. Correa. Wide for Benjamin Andre. The solid midfield player, the captain. 25 years of age. He's been there forever, isn't he, at Losk. Aerial duels won in this game, 6 by Parry, 2 by Losk. If you like stats like that. Ex-losing, they're already relegated. They could lose again this afternoon. It's a long raking ball from Limelu to find Moses Simon, who cuts in and he curls it towards the back pass that may well have come through to Immobile. It was headed away in the nick of time by Issa Mande. Good header away, good looping header out of his penalty areas. Turn back forward again by Parry and by Coppola. There are just 3 more match days left in this campaign. 3 weeks today will be the climax of the season. Parry finished their games here against Paris Saint-Germain and a local derby on the final day. If there's still anything left in the title race by then. Losk will be at home to all but relegated Auxerre, you would think. Auxerre, big ask for them to stay up now after another defeat this weekend. Especially if Nice got something today at Marseille, it pretty much ends hope for Auxerre. Go down with Nantes and Metz, we think. That looks like the way of it. Haven't really put up a fight, Metz or Nantes, but at least Auxerre have run into the penalty area for Meunier, but swept up at the back by his long legs of Mustafa Mbao. 6'4" Senegalese international. He's only had 1 cap for Senegal. He's in the AFCON squad without playing. He won the AFCON, which has since been dethroned, that title, subject to appeal, of course. Here's Moses Simon, who also played at the AFCON for Nigeria. Gets to the byline, 2 defenders around him. Deflects off of one of them. Straight back to it was Issa Mande. We're into stoppage time at the end of the first half. It's gone quite quickly, hasn't it? 3 minutes of stoppage time, by the way. To the right-hand side now, and Ikone with 2 defenders on him. Finding it really difficult to prise open this Lille defence at the moment, Parry. Maybe it needs Ilan Kabal to unlock them. So ball into the penalty area. It's a good piece of play this, and chipped into the far post. Taken down by Peru. Loses his footing slightly and hooks it away to prevent it going out for a corner. These 2 sides met in Lille early this season. I did that game, incidentally. It was 4-2 to Lille, but for a long time Paris were the better side and led twice in the first half of that game. They were a little unlucky, actually. Nothing went their way. I think they had 1 sent off and lost 4-2. 6 goals in that game, maybe a pointer towards goals with these 2 coming together again here, but not too many so far. Here's a corner for Paris. He's played short, hung into the back post. Not a very good delivery though from Ikone. Drops beyond everyone and out for a goal kick, and we are over halfway through the 3 additional minutes at the end of the first half. It is still KFC 0, Losk 1. Ledog leading thanks to a 27th minute penalty, and it was the most cast-iron penalty you could ever wish for. Scored by Mateus Fernandes-Pardo after a trip by Kamara. There's an injury over on the far side. It looks like Mukau's gone down. Welcome back to the second half of the Stade Charletti. And we're off and underway with the orange shirts and the black shorts of the home side. Paris kicking the ball straight into touch on this near side for a throw into Lille, who have been every inch worth their 1-0 lead, albeit a penalty before half-time. 27 minutes from the informed Matheus Fernandes Pardew. Lopez has gone off and Matondo on, 21 and 23, swapping places for the team in orange. So Matondo on, and placing Lopez in the midfield, so give them a little bit more vibrancy going forward, you would think. Might even release Marshall Manetzi a bit more from the midfield. There's a Simon. Not too much of him down the left-hand side so far. Just want to get forward a little bit more. It's a breaking play at the moment as an injury has left Nathan Ngoy. He's on the floor. Towards the right full-back in an advanced position for Lille. Thomas Meunier into the corner. It came off of him last, so it would be a Paris throw-in. One change, Matondo on, means that they line up as follows. Trapping goal, Paris. Kamara, Capolo and Bowes on a yellow. Lucky it'd still be on the pitch. Should have had another yellow before half-time. And Gory. And then Marshall Manetzi, Pierre-Lise Malou, Rudy Matondo midfield. Simon and Ikone, the former Lille player, supporting Shiro Immobile, the experienced striker in attack. Here is Haraldson for Lille. Inside it goes. It's a nice pass as well. Perfectly weighted. Ball into the penalty area from Lukau. It's cleared away. Here's Meunier again. Lukau takes it back again from Andre. Hits it into the feet of Fernandes Pardew, but he turns into traffic, and that means that Paris are able to clear their lines through their goalkeeper Kevin Trapp away to our left. They're in orange shirts and black shorts today, Paris, and they change colours. They're normally dark blue. That means that LOSC have changed to all white. Very confusing if you're used to their normal colours. Bouadi went to have a swipe at goal from the cross from Lukau, but it's been taken off his toes by Matondo. And now there's a brisk sprint forward, and he's been pulled back for a foul on Pierre-Lise Malou. So free kick. Chance for me to quickly run through the LOSC 11. Burke Ertz in goal, Meunier and Guy, and Samandi, Peruda back, Bouadi in midfield, but Andre, Mukau and Karai the width, Haraldson the attacking midfielder in behind Matheus Fernandes Pardew. Yankabau is on the bench for PFC. Ethan Mbappe, Thiago Santos amongst the subs, Gaten Perrin, and of course Olivier Giroud. Cabal is warming up at the moment for Paris, with a view to getting him on course destruction when these two sides met back in November. They did end up losing 4-2, although they probably were scratching their heads as to how that game transpired to go against them. Malou has had some extensive treatment and he's now hobbling back into the action. So The restart will be free kick just outside the penalty area for the goalkeeper, Kevin Trapp. Buwadi did get a yellow card for that, by the way. Here is Buwadi towards left-hand side. Felix Correa. Buwadi once more. Now it's with Peru working his way inside. Plays it neatly into the feet of Benjamin Andre. All the way back. Drop back into the back line now as Roman Peru. Buwadi. This is Andre again. Still Paddy trailing by a goal to nil, and it looks like Lille have been the more obvious side of the two throughout this game, really. Thomas Meunier into the penalty area, trying to bulldoze a way through, and it very nearly did work as well. A chance there for Fernandez Pardo, but blocked at source in the end. It's back out wide to Mukau again, another one of those dancing moves down the right-hand side. Andre gets it again from Mukau. Turns back inside, there's Benjamin Andre. Buwadi sends it wide. Chance to get the cross in maybe here for Peru. Instead he finds the feet of Correa. Steered out left. He rides a challenge, plays it inside to Benjamin Andre. Now there might be a snatch shot at goal, and it's just over the top from distance. That was always flying over the top from Thomas Meunier. He has scored recently, and he is a full-back that loves to score goals. Just the one goal in his 23 Ligue 1 appearances so far this campaign. That one was always rising. Bruno Geneseo side will keep their Champions League ambitions on track with a win here today, especially as in one of the other games it is currently 1-1 between Rennes and Nantes, 7 minutes into the second half in that one at Roazhon Park. Paddy on the attack, it's pulled back by Ikone. Supposed to say he did keep it in play. It's going to be a goal kick. It's been a fairly comfortable 1-0 really. Paris have not created anything. They've not looked like the side that have been in great form. By the way, it's the first time these two have met in the top flight since 1979 here in Paris. A 1-1 draw. They'll be beat 4-2 in both previous meetings in... Paris have been beaten in both previous meetings away at Lille in top flight. 4-2 as they try and get around the back with Fernandez Pardo, who succeeds in winning a corner, if nothing else, off of the big defender Mbao, who's on that yellow card. And I mentioned it a few minutes ago, he should have been sent off before half-time with a studs-up challenge on the knee of Mukau. It's a painful one as well, and he didn't get a yellow, and he really should have done. He should be off. Could have been a whole lot worse for Paris than the 1-0 scoreline they went in at half-time with. But there, it could have been 2. It should have been 2. And it was a powerful header by Issa Mande. Gets up, it's powerful. It's actually Benjamin Andre, I think, wasn't it? Yes, it was. Got there ahead of Issa Mande, and it's tapped over the bar by goalkeeper Kevin Trapp. Well, for all the dominance Lille have had, they've only got a penalty to their name so far, and that is the first time that they have threatened. It's currently Le Havre 2, Metz 2. Metz equalising in that game just before half-time, but Le Havre have just been awarded a penalty in that game. Sounds like a cracker, that one. Le Havre, if they win, would be pretty much safe, you would think. All right. Haraldson coming inside. This is Mandy. Haraldson pulls it back. And a drag of the shirt, surely, on Moses Simon, but the referee said play on. Moses Simon keeps his wits about him. It's given away by Munetsi into the penalty area. That's going to be a free kick for a foul. by Ingalayo Mukau. We've played 10 minutes in the second half, and it is still 1-0 to Lille. Elsewhere, Rennes 1, Nantes 1. Le Havre 2, Metz 2. Penalty there to Le Havre. We'll keep you abreast of that one in a second. And Strasbourg winning by the odd goal in 5 away at Lorient. Lorient have had a good season, haven't they? Their first season back up. Paris and Lorient coming up and staying up. Metz have already been relegated. Giving fellow relegation strugglers Le Havre a game this afternoon, currently 2-2. Still waiting the news of whether they scored that penalty or not. AFC trying to play the ball forward down the right hand side. It's all a bit disjointed every time they go forward. They've not created much at all in this game. I think it needs an Ian Cabal. Tell you, Le Havre has scored that penalty. Le Havre 3, Metz 2. Played 11 minutes in the second half, and down is Matheus Fernandes Pardo. He's got Laura on his back. The players today are all wearing shirts with names of a charity or a person associated with a charity, and as a result, those shirts are then auctioned off. I think that's the plan. That confused me early on. I didn't know anything about it myself, and when you see a Fernandes Pardo shirt with Laura on it, you think, who on earth is Laura? So quickly ask the producer, and there you go. Venezia off and Gori on for Paris as they make a second change. Gori coming into the fold. Gori will probably go down the left-hand side. So he's gone down the right. Still left at the moment that Moses Simon is trying to create something. Moses Simon whips it into the box. It's taken down on the chest. Almost made an immediate impact there. Eliminate Gori. Metz have equalised again. Third time this afternoon they've equalised away at Le Havre. We can't seem to hold on to a lead. It's Le Havre 3, Metz 3. Sounds like a good game, doesn't it? Here it's 1-0 to Lille, and fairly routine so far. Paris need to do something to change it, because it's just, he's isolated up top, is Immobile. Very difficult. They bought on Gori, they bought on Matondu. Is it going to make a difference? Cross coming in from the left-hand side. It's only partially cleared. Second cross coming in from Moses Simon. Can't get any trajectory on it. Humped away by Thomas Meunier. Anywhere will do. Strasbourg winning the early kick-off away at Lorient by 3-2. It's 1-0 here to Lille. Rennes 1, Nantes 1. That'll do nicely for Lille in their battle for Champions League football. Wide to Moses Simon. Can he get the cross in? He can. It's a great ball, and it was glanced away. And that's the most threatening that Paris have been all afternoon. Great ball in. And that was nudged away in the nick of time by Issa Mandi. Really good defending. It's a cracking ball in. Great delivery. Rennes 2, Nantes 1. So Rennes have got that second goal. Not such good news for Losk. Second goal of the game for Esteban Lepaul, one of the goal machines in this season's Ligue 1. Cross comes in, headed away again by Mandy. There was a push in the box and a free kick to Lille. There was a definite shove by Lemelou on Heraldson, which transpires is a free kick to the defending team. They are checking VAR, that second Rennes goal, so there's still hope for Lille on that one. .61 minutes gone, and this informed Lille are a goal to the good. They've won possession back inside the Paris half. Meunier inside to Bouadi. To the left-hand side, and Peru. Getting back as the left back, needs to keep an eye because he's left an awful lot of space over on this near side for Mukau if they can switch possession. But here is Sangui. Now Mukau does get it, but Sangui's in close proximity now, in towards Fernandez Pardo. Mukau. Fernandez Pardo goes back to Meunier. To the young midfielder, Bouadi. Get sent off earlier this season, Bouadi, away at Le Havre, who we're mentioning 3-3 at the moment with Metz. Fernandez Pardo can't get the cross in. That's great skills to bring the ball away from Alemami Gori. And then forward by Moses Simon, but thumped away anywhere would do. And a yellow card for the foul on Moses Simon. For, I was trying to see who it was Andre. Benjamin Andre, captain of Lille, yellow carded. Another one with that name on it, Camille on his shirt. It really is confusing from a commentator's point of view. Those that rely on numbers and names, really. We're just doing the numbers today. The charity names on the shirts. So towards the right-hand side, and Alemani Gori cleared away promptly by Lille and Peru. Jules won in this game, 32 by Paris, 28 by Losk, so fairly even. So turn back to the goalkeeper. Kevin Trapp getting the ball clear. And it looks like we are finally going to see Ilian Cabal. Before time, I have to say, they need a spark here. I don't know where it's going to come from without this man coming on. He's been so pivotal to them this season. Long throw it is going to come in. There's going to be two changes here for Paris. We'll concentrate on that in a second. This ball thrown in by Peru, controlled a fashion by Korai, but that touch was rather heavy, and it drops behind for a goal kick that will be taken by Kevin Trapp, and he plays it short to Bao, and out to the left hand side, and Sangui pushes the ball forward, cleared away by Meunier. Heraldson, Bouadi. Again. Oh, there's a clearance there from Mandy, which struck Ikone. Could have gone anywhere. We've got three wingers on the pitch now. They're trying to be a bit more ambitious, and they're just about to bring on a couple of more of attacking players to try and make Losk sweat for these 3 points at the moment. It's a breeze. They are only leading courtesy of that penalty from the first half. Fernandez Pardew. Can't complain about the penalty. You never ever see a more blatant penalty in your life. It had to be a penalty. And there's a long ball through towards Immobile. Out was the goalkeeper. FC 0, Losk 1. It's with goalkeeper Bertzer at the moment for Losk. There's no break in play, which means they can't, at the moment, bring on Ian Cabal. 66 minutes on the clock. It's touched forward by Ngoy. Down the line by Buadi. Something to run onto for Andre. Using his muscle to get forward. This is Meunier. Meunier's got Haraldson ahead of him. Here is Haraldson, edge of the penalty area. Fernandez Pardew cuts back inside. Still Fernandez Pardew goes for goal. Smashes it against the crossbar and over onto the roof of the net. He went bouncing up in the air and dropped down on the roof of the net. But lovely play that from Losk. Meunier to Haraldson. Fernandez Pardew comes inside. A man that's on form. Time and space was afforded to him. The Paris defence stood off and they were lucky. Smashed it against the crossbar. So still only 1-0 here. So Le 4, Metz 3 now. It's the fourth time they've taken the lead in that game. Le Havre, can they hold on to it this time? I wonder. Goal from Fode de Coure, giving them the lead just after the hour mark. After Andorre had equalised for relegated Metz. It's Rennes leading by 2-1 against Nantes. That goal has been disallowed, we've been told now, so it's still 1-1 Rennes against Nantes. Midway through the second half, that one stays like that. It's a great point for Nantes. It's a great result for Lille if they can win here. Not such a great result if they can't win here. Mind you, if they draw, it does mean that with a draw at Royal Aston Park, Rennes wouldn't make any ground on Bruno Geneseo's men, who still lead here by a goal to nil. And at last we can see those two changes coming on. Ian Cabal is coming on. Luca Koleosho, the former Burnley man, is going to come on as well. Moses Simon is coming off for Cabal. I would imagine it means that Cabal will go into a number 10 role behind Immobile. We'll see Alemami Goric come to the left-hand side. Wait and see on that one. So it's a change, a double change by Antoine Comboire to try and get this game up and running for Paris, who have just not been here today. They've not been in this. It's been a pretty low-key game, I won't lie to you. Not too many chances. Lille have been much the better side. 8 shots they've had to 2 by Paris. Much the better side, but again, I don't feel as if they've made too many exertions. And they come again. Cabal, first chance we've seen of him to get on the ball. It's a great piece of running from Matondo as well. And then the shot coming in from the right-hand side, but it flies over the top of the crossbar from Alemami Gouari. But that's better from Paris. A little bit of urgency from the two subs. Zaccone, in fact, that hits it. Still very much in this game, of course. Paris looking for an equaliser. Immobile coming off and Koleosho has come on. So it's a like-for-like change up top as well. Gives him a little bit more pace with Koleosho. There's a good pass from Koleosho, gets it out wide. Great ball into the box, and suddenly Paris are starting to invent here. They're starting to create. They're starting to look the real deal. And they've sent Elimine Gori down the middle. It's Koleosho who's doing damage from the left, and he's come on with Cabal in the space of about 3 minutes that they've been on. They've caused more damage than the two players that they've replaced, Moses Simon being one of them. To the channel it goes. This is Gori. Back out wide, but he was offside. He did stop there, waiting in anticipation. What a game at the Stade Live 4, Metz 3. Here it's not such a good game. Paris 0, Lille 1, but it's intriguing in its own right. There's a Champions League place up for grabs, and this is vital for Lille that they hold on. Rennes 1, Nantes 1. That could be costly for Rennes in their battle for Champions League football next season. Given away by Boadi, and suddenly Paris are looking a different proposition. They've changed a few things and it's made a difference, and that's wide by Cabal. Back again, chipped into the penalty area by Elimine Gori, but it's going to be a free kick. Foul, and I think it was Koleosho right on the edge of the box. A yellow card has been shown to Jonathan Ikone against his old club for something he said there. His side won the... Well, that's inside the penalty area, so if he's given the free kick here, that's got to be a penalty. Unless he's given it for handball. Well, it's a penalty. It's a handball inside the penalty area, and he's given a free kick here. I think he's going to turn it around. It's a handball by Milkau. Well, the referee gave it, as I thought, as a push. But the push was inside the area, the handball was inside the area, and he gave a free kick outside the area. He's now listening to VAR, and VAR have indicated that it's most definitely a penalty, and he can take a pick as to the handball or as to whether it was a push in the back. But it was a handball by Angelail Milkau, and a penalty for Paris, and a chance to level things off at 1-1. And suddenly, out of nowhere, Antoine Coubare's double change has resulted in an upturn in Paris fortunes, and this could be massive. Paris penalty, and it's Ian Cabal. A chance for him to move into double figures this season in French Ligue 1. It's been a fantastic season. He has spearheaded this season for Paris. He stares without so much as a blink at that ball, waiting for the referee's whistle. Ian Cabal steps up and rolls it against the post. He can't touch it, and the goalkeeper's made the save, and it is a lifeline for Lille. Cabal rolls his penalty against the post, and the rebound is blocked. And with 16 minutes to go, how costly is that miss from Ian Cabal? Rolls it gently against the base of the post and back out, and he could have slotted it in, but of course you can't shoot again if you're hitting the post, so he had to get out of the way of it, and one of his teammates shoved him aside, and their shot was blocked. A let-off for Lille, a big let-off for Lille. Oh, Ian Cabal has made a big influence since coming on as a sub. Here he is again, but he couldn't make it 10 for the season. Paris 0, Lille 1. Still, well, it could have been a tale of two penalties, and it is a tale of two penalties. One team has taken theirs, one has missed the other, both at the same end. .74.5 minutes gone, and it's still PFC trailing LOSC by a goal to 0. Well, we've got 15 minutes to go. 15 minutes for Paris to come back. But so far, LOSC holding out, leading by a goal to nil. Fernandez Pardew with a goal from a penalty spot. But just now, Ian Cabal missing a penalty for Paris, who have improved immensely in the last 5-10 minutes since making some changes. Here's Ligue, the spearhead in the midfield, vastly experienced midfield player, Limalu. Former Brest player. He played at Norwich for a while, didn't he, Limalu? Out wide to Koleosho. Koleosho bends it into the box. It's a great ball. It's a great turn. Can they make it count? It's a good block by Ngoy to keep out Alema Migori. Still alive. Ikone. Cabal. Such a good player, Cabal. He's made a difference since he's come on. Kone. Back again to Limalu. And then wide to Cabal. Can he get the cross in from the right-hand side? Gets it onto that left foot. It's too close to the goalkeeper. Plucked out of the air by Burkert Ertu, drops on the ground and kills a few more seconds. Great skills by Alema Migori. Flicked it back, smashed him in the face, brought it down. Shot was blocked well. Here come Lille on the counter-attack, trying to get forward through Ayub Bouadi. Gets it wide. Mukau into the penalty area, still Mukau. Back again to Andre, who goes down. And a free kick has been given, an elbow in the face for Andre from Liz Malou. Well, it was a brush more than an elbow. It was off the wrist. The goalkeeper went the opposite way to where the penalty was taken a couple of minutes ago. We're just getting to see the replays now. Goalkeeper went the opposite way and he's rolled it against the post. Cabal. Made a good stop from the rebound. And now, Lille have a free kick. It's 5 yards or so outside the penalty area, slightly right of centre. It could be worked here, Paris, and their goalkeeper Kevin Trapp. So we're going to see Ethan Mbappe coming on for Lille very shortly. Or in the queue to take this free kick. No decision yet made on which one of them is going to take it. It's Haraldson that comes off. Fairly quiet game by his usual high standards, but it's been a fairly quiet game. This isn't about the performance though, this is about the result. Comes a free kick and a solid header. How did that not go in? That is a staggering save by Kevin Trapp. I don't know how he kept that out. It was a bullet header from 3 yards out, and I don't know for the life of me how Kevin Trapp has made that save. It may well have been offside, but he's just stuck a hand out and made a terrific save to keep out the header, the flying header from Romain Perrault. It was offside. He wouldn't have counted, but my goodness me. That was a sensational save. He'll be disappointed that the flag went up because it wouldn't really have counted for anything. Mbappe then on. As Lille, with 11 minutes to go, look to see this one over the line. Still 1-1 between Rennes and Nantes. They've got a second goal disallowed in that Rennes. Le Havre holding on 4-3 against Metz. Metz down, so pressure's off of them. If they can hold on for the next, well, it's about 14 minutes to go in that game at the Stade Océan. If they can hold on there, Le Havre, then I think they will be safe. I'll just check in a moment for you on that one. Here's Andre for Lille, back out wide, but the touch from Peru was a disappointing one, to say the least. now Pierre Lesmenu has gone down. It was his tackle, which actually gave away a free kick, but it's his tackle that's left him injured. He's up on his feet again. And that win would put them on 33 points. 3 games to go. They will need 2 more points to absolutely be safe, but you feel now that would put them pretty much safe. Le Havre on 33, that's enough. Rennes have scored a second goal with 10 minutes to go in the game against Nantes, so they have the ball in the net again and they are ahead. So now it is vitally important that Los see this one through, or they will lose momentum in their chase for a goal. Esteban Lepore has scored 2 goals so far. One of them has been disallowed. Just waiting to hear who got the third goal for Red. So at this stage it's no. Making hard work of this. Lille, if that second goal was to come along, it would certainly give them breathing space, and you would think they would see this one through without too much difficulty. But they are still ahead in this game. They do still have a clean sheet, and clean sheets are something that they've got used to. They've built their foundation on clean sheets. Bruno Geneseo's side, if they can keep Paris out for another 8 minutes plus injury time, it would be 7 clean sheets in 11. That's a staggering return. It's bringing Champions League football potentially to the Stade Métropole. Here comes a pass from Koleosho. It's overhit, and Olivier Giroud is about to enter the scene. It's Olivier Giroud coming on. It'll be Gaëtan Perrin. Yes, it is. Gaëtan Perrin is coming on as well. So, well, 2 very decent players that have nothing to prove will come on. And if nothing else, what Olivier Giroud will give is added height for any free kicks, corners, etc. that Paris were to win in the latter stages of this game. He's a defensive insurance as well as a good target man going forward. And also on Gaëtan Perrin, who's at Auxerre, and Lyon. Perrin immediately into the action. Wide on the right-hand side, Ethan Mbappe. 4 minutes almost played. Clock is ticking down for Paris. That missed penalty has deflated them somewhat. But the ball through the middle, this could be a really good ball. That's an excellent challenge. It's left Nathan Ngoy injured, but a timely challenge to take the ball away from Gori. Needed to happen as well. Needed to get there. It's left the defender. Smarting with a leg injury as well. So Correa and Pardew are the players that have come off. Giroud has gone up top. So Lucao has gone to the centre. Perrin to the left. Just trying to work out how playing this one. Lucao's gone more central to allow Ethan Mbappe to this near side. There's a free kick being given here, and Paris are not very happy about the decision, and Pierre Lesmenu has been shown a second yellow card, and he throws the ball in anger, not at the referee, but certainly in that direction. As he goes in, there wasn't much in it, and he throws the ball, goes to throw the ball down. And he gets a yellow card despite the ball actually not leaving his hands. He takes his captain's armband off and goes down the line. I feel for him there because he's gone to throw the ball. And as he does, he holds on to it, but he's got to keep his discipline a bit more there. It's just the actions that enable the referee to show him the second yellow, and the captain of Paris has been sent off. Well, they could have easily had Mustafa and Bao sent off in the first half. Bao, ironically, is now being handed that captain's armband by Noah Sangui. Well, that's left them down to 10 men. PFC have 4 minutes to find an equaliser. That's perhaps a little bit of light relief maybe now playing against 11 for Lille just to see this one through. It is still Noir 4, Metz 3. It is still Rennes 1, Nantes 1. They've had 2 goals disallowed now of Rennes. That second goal was disallowed as well. Just not happening for them this afternoon. Could be a good afternoon for Bruno Geneseo's side, but here's Kolyosha, gets the cross in. Good timely defending by Ngoy. Long legs, but good skills. It's played out on this near side by Ethan Mbappe. It's gone out for a throw-in. Kolyosha brought down, free kick to Paris in a dangerous position. Fouled by Olivier Giroud, and immediately he'll go and join the back line to add some height. Added insurance as Yankabao gets ready to take this free kick. It's a bit too far out for a shot. There's no wall as such, but a one-man wall, if you want to count where Benjamin Andre is at the moment. Yankabao has a look. What can he deliver? What can he conjure up? It's a great ball in. It's a looping header towards goal from Mbao. And it came off the defender last, who followed him, Giroud, and it's going to be a corner. Paris fans on their feet behind the goal, urging an equaliser for the 10 men. In it comes, it's headed away by Mundy, who's been excellent at the back. Kolyosha turns into trouble. Still manages to keep hold of it though, Kolyosha. He's made a difference since he's come on as well. Here's Cabal. He's certainly made a difference since he's come on. He is going to get a big move in the summer, Cabal. He is a terrific player. Absolutely terrific. 27 years of age. He's a late developer, isn't it? But the way he's played this season, someone's going to take a punt on him in a move to a big club, I'm sure, whether it be in France or elsewhere. Cabal is an Algerian international. He's only got 1 cap for Algeria, but the way he's played this season, he should really be a regular in their side, you would have thought. Still Rennes 1, Nantes 1. Lille will be quite happy if the afternoon ends as it is now. Aerial duels 1. 11 for Paris, just 5 for Lille. So Limalou is off with the red card. Kolyosha. Left-hand side now. It's with Coppola. Coppola's joined into the midfield just to try and give them a chance to get forward. They've gone through it at the back. Coppola has gone into that midfield. It's a nice touch by Gori. Can't quite link up with Ikone on the far side. It's cleared up to Mbappe. Mbappe knock and go, and he goes down and he wins a free kick and a yellow card for Ian Cabal for the challenge on Mbappe. Pulling him down. It is Le Havre 4, Metz 4. A 4th time in this game. What a game it's been at the Stade Océan. A 4th time that Metz have come back. They might be relegated, but they've shown a little bit of fight this afternoon, haven't they? Le Havre 4, Metz 4. 4 times they've been behind, 4 times they've come back, and Le Havre have let the lead slip. They should still be safe, Le Havre, but they really could do with 3 points today just to see it over the line. So both the other games drawing. The only winner in this afternoon's mid-afternoon kickoffs looked like being Losk. Still that first half penalty from Fernandez Pardo, the difference between the two sides. A tale of two penalties. Leon Cabal missing his, hitting the post. We're into 4 minutes of stoppage time. We've played nearly 1 minute. We'll have just got to keep it under wraps at the moment. Well, the home side down to 10 men. They make a change. Amari Traore comes on, and he's traditionally a right back. It's still a while for next for. Okay, that's been nearly halfway through the 4 minutes of stoppage time. It's away by Ayub Boadi into touch, and those Lille fans making lots of noise. They've created a good atmosphere here. Kamara is the player that's gone off for Traore, by the way. This is Koleosho on the left-hand side into Cabal. Back again to Koleosho. Lifts it into the penalty area. It bounces once and into the arms of the grateful goalkeeper, Berke Ertzer. PSC still trailing here by a goal to nil, and the time is not on their side, just over a minute. The goalkeeper Kevin Trappin made a sensational save in the second half, has kept them at bay. I can tell you that Red have scored in stoppage time, and they'll be hoping for third time lucky that they don't have this goal disallowed. Here's Koleosho, weaves inside, gives it to Mbao, who goes long, and it's Valentin Rongier, who has scored in the 92nd minute. And if at first you don't succeed, try it again. Former Rennes manager, ironically, Antoine Kabari, who's now in charge of Paris. So he's not doing any favours to his old side tonight. They could have done with him getting an equaliser hit. There's a little bit of altercation, 4 against 4, a big pushing and shoving exercise that's kind of defused. There's an arm around a player, and it seems that it just needs to be calmed down. And Lille are so close now. The 4 minutes are just about up. Yellow cards now coming out from the referee, Mathieu Vernice, who just stood back and watched it. And certainly one of the yellow cards is Alamami Gori. It's almost run its course, this one. Well, it was a silly push by Alamami Gori. And that was unnecessary. Could have easily been sent off there. And do you know what? There was a push from Koleosho which prevented the defender Nathan Ngoy from slapping him in the face, which would have been a red card anyway, level things up. We've played a minute over the 4 minutes, and Olivier Giroud has gone down holding his ankle, trying to kill a bit more time, fragment the game further still. The referee Won't add it all on. He's already added on 1 minute addition. Menigori did get a yellow card, didn't see that, but he did get a yellow card. And as the ball is played out wide, the referee blows his whistle. Bruno Geneseo won't be at all bothered that this was a low-profile game. Embracing another experienced manager in Antoine Courbari, who cannot do his former side any favours this afternoon. But Rennes are leading 2-1 against Nantes to keep pressure on Lille, who pick up 3 points here at the Stade Charletti. It's all about the penalties, scoring from the penalty spot in the first half. Mateus Fernandez-Pardo, who's in fine form, an equalising goal was on the cards, but there is a but. Ian Cabal rolled his penalty against the post. There's still a few fractious moments out on the pitch, 1 or 2 tempers fraying, including Jonathan Ikone against his old club, who needs to be held back. But really, if they'd have put that much effort into the first hour of the game, Paris, maybe they might have got more out of it, because they were disappointed.